I actually wasn't going to do a tier list video. Two reasons. One, patches were kind of late. And I thought there was potentially going to be another one. So I was like, what's the point of doing another tier list if there's going to be another patch? They didn't end up doing another patch. So like, well, kind of wasted that opportunity. And two, I didn't want to let anyone in on my thoughts on Orisa because I thought Orisa was sneaky, actually really, really good. And I didn't want to tell anyone because I was like, I think Orisa's actually kind of good. But the secret's gotten out apparently over the last couple weeks because like Korea OWCS started getting streamed again. They started back up and they're all playing Orisa, I guess. So the secret got out and I'm like, dude, the whole, man, like, I did this for nothing. So, I didn't want to tell anybody because I wanted to come back and do my competitive drive at the end of the season and be able to play some Ryan. But I guess that's just not going to happen. So, this is going to be kind of a speed run. I'm not going to go super in depth like I normally do. I'm just going to tell you what I think it is and we're going to move on. Okay. Number one, Doomfist. I don't know if this is going to change because Orisa is better, but I thought Doomfist was low-key probably one of the best tanks in the game. If you were really good at him. All the Doomfist players I saw were absolutely rolling the entire ladder. But that was like as of like a week and a half ago. So I don't know if that's technically still true of this exact moment, but I'm gonna still roll with my original estimate. And newsflash, there isn't gonna be any tanks in S tier because I think there's a few that can rotate in and out. Next up, D.Va, also A tier. D.Va's still really good since the nerf. However, though, she isn't the unstoppable Titan that people still make her out to be. It was absolutely tuned down quite a bit. And you can still run in and delete somebody, but you will die now. You won't just like fly in and delete someone and fly out. You will fly in, delete someone, then die. So D.Va's still really good. Very good. But not the unkillable Titan that she once was. And I think people figured that out pretty quickly. Although people like to go on Twitter and scream and be like, ah! But like, what else is new at this point? Anyways, Joker Queen low-key actually not great, but not bad. Very much in the middle. The reason why Queen isn't higher though is going to be Orisa's going to be higher, and there's going to be one or two other brawl tanks that are going to be in this, and I think a little bit better. But Queen, I think is still fun and can absolutely work. So like, not a bad thing. Mauga, I think Mauga is like one micro buff away from actually breaking. It depends on his E. However, though, the reason why I'm going to put Mauga in C over anything else is because his E timing is still so short that most people don't know how to use it. If you watch any pro player or competitive player, sometimes they pull out the Mauga because they like walk in as a team, they pop says, ha-ha! And then like everybody falls over because like they all have damage reduction. But on ladder, it doesn't matter 99% of the time. But he's like very close, and I smell it in the force, dude. Like somewhere, like something's wrong. We haven't gotten a Mauga micro buff recently, and we just got an Orisa micro buff. Like it's coming, dude. I'm telling you, it's coming. But like, he's not there yet. However, though, there is a new horse in the room, and Peter the horse is here. Where's the best tag right now? I think. It's close though, and it's close with the other guy, Ramatra. And the reason why it's close with Ramatra is, to my knowledge, Ramatra is still broken, right? The patch that went out the other day, there was a patch that literally went out like a day and a half ago. Did it fix the armor? I don't think it did. I think he's still broken. I think his armor's still busted, isn't it? In Brig 2? Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't look into the patch too deeply because there was no patch notes in it. It was just like bug fixes and something else. So like, I didn't go too deep. They did fix it? Okay, they did fix it. Okay, good. Ramatra's still good though, since then. I've still seen him being played a good amount. He's still pretty good. Thank God they fixed the bug, but I still think he's pretty good. I don't think he's better than Orisa though. That's good though. That's good that it's fixed. I'm gonna knock him over one then, if it's fixed. Cool. Good to know, good to know. So that was changed as of what? Literally yesterday, right? Ryan. I actually thought Ryan was actually really good. But now that the horse is here, I have to knock him down one. Or I thought Ryan was actually able to compete with every other tank, and it was the first time I thought in a while that Ryan like wasn't terrible. Sorry, not terrible. I take that back. Ryan actually has been pretty decent for a little bit. But like it was like the first time I didn't feel like I was too strong or too weak. Like it was like just right. Now that the horse is back, it's like, you know, yeah. Ryan not as good. Ramatra's good. Orisa's good. Ryan's not as good. Point blank. Hog, I think, is sneaky good. He got a recent heal buff to his regeneration rate, so he's actually a little bit more tanky than he was before. But that doesn't mean he's like meta, but I think he's like sneaky in the shadows. Like, oh god, like we're like one more little hog micro buff off another hog. Oh, it's coming, dude. I'm telling you, I feel it. I feel it. I think Malga's gonna go first though. I think Malga's gonna get a micro buff first because like the numbers and the analytics, they saw like we went through the analytics and in gold, Malga is actually underperforming with a 41% win rate. So we need to give him, you know, a 0.3 damage buff on his left gun and also like a half a second extra, and it's gonna be all over. It's gonna be GG. But anyways, yeah, that's how that goes. Sigma. Sigma's weird. I actually thought Sigma wasn't that good towards the start of the season. But looking at like who's meta now, I feel like Sigma's gonna become better. But I haven't seen enough of it to place him too high, like higher than where I'm gonna put him right here. I think he's probably like the best B tier tank. But he kind of struggles a little bit against Ram, and like Diva, Winston, Doom maps, he's not gonna really be played that much. But I think like Sigma's always safe. He's always safe. So it's like, you know. Winton. Winton really good. Winton's still pretty good. I think he's probably the worst out of the A tier tanks. But I think he's still pretty good. I think he's playable. You just gotta be really, really smart, and you gotta play it when you have like a Tracer Sombra or Tracer Genji or, you know, like they're playing, for example, not Reaper, not Bastion, not non-diveable heroes like Tracer, Genji. Actually, Genji, Tracer, if you're in the mirror and they're not playing, and they're playing like Orisa, is actually not that bad because you can ignore the Orisa and just go kill their backline because like they're probably playing like Juno Break, but that's a totally different story. This is like so team comp maps and map dependent, but like when it's there, it's good. It's good. Ball just kind of sucks. But it's not that like Ball is bad. It's just like you literally can swap one hero and Ball can't be played anymore. It's called Sombra. You just swap Sombra and all of a sudden Ball literally can't play the video game anymore, and you can't stop that. It's just nothing you can do. So until that becomes not a thing, Ball just is gonna blow. That doesn't even mean Ball is bad. Like if you play a game against Ball and you don't have Cass / Brig / Ball, like, or sorry, Cash / Brig / Sombra, like Ball actually goes crazy. But yeah, Zarya, I don't think is bad. Probably on the lower end of the Bezo. Zarya's okay. All right, next to the DPS, Ashe. Ashe is pretty damn good. Ashe is pretty damn good. I don't know if I want to go A tier good. I might change that later, but I think Ashe is pretty damn good. Bastion's actually a little bit better. Now considering who's meta with Orisa, with Ram, Winton, like whatnot. Like it's actually not the worst. But like it's also kind of like a niche pick, and it's also one of those things that like you kind of have to know what you're doing, and you kind of have to sit there and be very disciplined and wait for their tank to make a play, and you just basically play anti-tank game. And it's really stupid, but yeah, he's a little better these days. I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I'm gonna put Cass today. I think Cass is pretty good, especially with like the brawl. However, though, Cass also suffers against Orisa because like once she pops Fortify or anything, like she doesn't do anything. But like in Ramatra brawl or against Doom or against Winton or against Queen, especially, or against Hog, like, or against a lot of these comps, like he's just a safe pick. He's just a fine safe pick. So it's like, it's weird. It's just a safe pick. Echo is still pretty damn good. I don't have else to say anything about that. Echo's pretty damn good. Genji, the eternal B tier character, I feel like at this point. Ult, useless. But with Dive being good, Doom, Winston, Diva still being really strong. Genji can be really good. But if it ends up being more Orisa and more Ramatra over these guys, then Genji's probably gonna shit the bed. But at least right now, like, I'm okay with it. Hanzo. I personally don't like the Hanzo change. I hate how slow he shoots now. But having the one shot is nice again, but the log, like the actual arrows are much smaller. So it's weird. Like he's better, but he's not. And I don't know, like it's strange. I personally am not a huge fan of it, but I don't think he's bad. Like I think he's, if anything, probably a little bit more effective. Junkrat low key, I think, is a sleeper pick. I think Junkrat low key sleeper pick. With Ram, Orisa being stronger again. Not great against Diva, not great against Winston, not great against Doom. But with Ram and Orisa kind of making their comeback, I think he's low key. It's a little bit of a sleeper pick. Mei, I'm gonna give Mei an easy 8 here. Versus Ram and Orisa, really annoying. You play just like this weird brawl bullshit, but also she just kind of tanky. You play in those really tanky style, and then that's it. Farah, I don't think Farah is like anything crazy right now, but I don't think she's bad. I don't think she's that great. I haven't like noticed anything crazy about her. I don't think she's like a throw pick. I don't think she's insane, so I'm gonna throw her in a nice B. Reaper's gonna go back in A. I think Reaper honestly could even be a contention for S. I've seen a lot of Reaper still ever since the changes. I'm actually half tempted to throw him in S, but I see him less than the beginning of the season, so I don't know what's kind of going on there. But at least at the moment, solid A. Sojourn, I don't think Sojourn's great, but I don't think she's bad either. I think she's just all right. That's the best way to say it. I think she's all right. Soldier, low key, I think is actually pretty good. But I feel like if I put Soldier in A tier, it's gonna get screenshotted out of context and someone's gonna get really upset. Because like, it's like, well, Soldier's never that good. Well, like, with Ram and Orisa comes, like, it's just like this super weird hyper brawl, but like not actually moving. You're not actually chasing anything. You're just basically standing there. And Soldier, a lot of times, especially in ranked, you can just kind of take height or take a flank and just stand there and do absolutely all. D.Va's not nearly as good. Doofus isn't really coming for you that often. And if they're playing Winston, just swap most of the time. But if you're playing further enough away, you might be okay. So like, this is going to be a very high B. Very high B. Sombra, I think, is also pretty good. I don't think Sombra's like insane at the moment against like Orisa, especially, and Ram especially. But I don't think she's bad. I think she's actually really good. But I don't think she's like top tier. Symmetra, I don't have a great read on. Honestly, I don't have a great read on Symmetra. I think that she could end up being a lot better, and it could be like the TP style running around the map, where you run around and brawl, but nothing. I don't have the best read on him. Torb, I think, is also fine. I think Torb's all right. I think Torb's okay. I don't think Torb is too oppressive, but he's also not that insane either. His turret just got a big nerf got big nerf a couple seasons ago, so I think he's all right. Not great though. Like he's okay. Like he's just okay. Tracer, S tier. Tracer's still insanely good, even after the nerfs. No problems there. Venture, I kind of want to throw Venture in like a B area. I want to throw Venture in kind of like a B. That feels right. You know, maybe I put Sombra up to A. That feels right. I'm gonna do that. That feels right. That feels right. That feels better. Widow. I think you'll see more Widow, actually, if it ends up being Orisa, because then you don't have any shield, and it's easier to kill teammates. If it's Ramatra as well, you could see more Widow on Widow maps. If it's more Winston, D.Va, Doom, you probably won't see as much Widow. But if it ends up being more Orisa, more Ram, you'll see more Widow. Ana, I think Ana's top tier. I think Ana's really good. I don't think Ana's best support in the game, though. I think there's another one that owns that title. Bap is also really good. Easy ace for both of them. The S tiers are so easy this season. It's going to be Brig, and it's going to be Juno. Brig, Juno, best backline in the game. Not even close. Good against dive, good against poke. Enables dive, enables everything. It's just busted. Turn your brain off and pick Juno, Brig, and you'll win most of your games. There's some matchups it's not the best with. You know, there's a few, but not many. Even Brawl. You can actually Brawl on Brig now. Like, Juno enables Brig to Brawl. It's so strange. Like, every like high level player like make fun of like the gold Brig like going in and trying to swing on like the Reinhardt, but like you can kind of actually do that with Juno. Illari, she's okay. I don't think she's like insane at the moment, but I don't think she's bad. Kiri, easy A. Kiri's like a perma A at this point. Does really good damage. Even after the kunai changes, so she does more body shots. Suzu's changes haven't really made her that much worse. I don't think she has much utility these days, like offensive utility, say Ana, or offensive pressure is say Bap, but Kiri's still insanely good. Weaver's not very good. No reason to play Weaver. Weaver's kind of a troll pick still. Yeah, you know, if throw him in D. Lucio is pretty decent. A lot of times you just pick Juno more over Lucio, but I think Lucio's still really good. Boop changes were probably really nice for Lucio. You can boop tanks a lot easier, but you also get less ult charge for them, so it's not actually worth it 99% of the time. Poor Life Weaver, though. Poor Life Weaver, but yeah. Lucio, still not bad. Mercy. This might be a bit controversial. I don't think Mercy's bad. I think she's actually pretty healthy at this point. Her healing's a lot better now after the changes. She still has pretty good movement. You know, you start enabling that Ashe, that's Echo, that Soldier, whatever. It's not going to be top tier because like Dive kind of shits on her, but I don't think she's bad. I think she's like pretty much middle of the road. Speaking of middle of the road, Moira, 100% middle of the road. Sneaky, you know, buffs to her right click, so she's better. And also Zen. I think Zen could potentially get up to A. It all depends on if the Horse Lord comes in running. Because if the Horse Lord becomes meta, then Brig will drop down and Zen will drop up. That's the key. But it depends. So we'll see. Hopefully this helps you this weekend with your competitive drives. But yeah, if you play tank, basically, I'm not telling you to play Orisa. Listen to me. Don't play Orisa. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't ruin the game for other people. Pick something else first. Pick Doom, pick Winton, pick Diva, pick Ram, pick Rhine, pick Queen, pick Sigma. But if they go Mauga or Hog or Orisa first, then you're allowed to go Orisa. That is the only time. If they go Horse, then you go Horse. If they go Hog, then you can go Horse. If they go Mauga, even though he's not that great, on principle alone, you may go Horse. Other than that, do not pick Horse first. If you're on support, just pick Juno or Brig. If you're on DPS, if you're good at Tracer, play Tracer. If you're not good at DPS, play Mei, play Reaper, play Cass, and you'll be fine. So, that's probably the fastest tier list I've ever done. Tier list, speed ran.